Right, so welcome back to How We Roll podcast. We are on our second episode of Curse of Strahd's The Death House, and we've just kind of started. So before I do a bit of a recap, let's introduce our characters. Owen, who are you?
I'm playing Seth Torngage, the Halfling Elf. Not the Halfling Elf, the Halfling Rogue. Sorry, that was weird.
2 rums in, it's going well. Dave?
Yeah.
I'm playing Urich, the Paladin Dwarf.
Aaron?
Hello, I'm playing Sulfarax, the Dragonborn Paladin.
And lastly, Niall.
I am playing Voron, the High Elf Wizard.
So we're playing a slightly modified version of the Death House. All the characters received a strange invitation offering them to come to a strange party held by someone called High Mage Wizard Archeron. They all travelled there. It took about 3 days to get there. When they arrived, they were greeted by a shut gate and 2 nobles, a lady called Mona Beck and a man called William Beneficia. Both lords or ladies, as it were. They headed up to the house, entered and found it more or less empty, although drinks and food was left out for them. They'd just begun to sort of mingle and get to know each other when suddenly the doors opened and the hostess of the party arrived, looked around and basically said, "Who the fuck are all of you?" Before the huge stained glass window exploded, showering huge shards of glass over the entire party. There were some minor injuries, and Dave's character Ulrich managed to save the hostess from a grisly fate as a huge shard of glass headed straight towards her. Rather than thanking him, she basically said, "Get the fuck off me," as her husband walked down the stairs. And that's where we're going to pick up.
Sorry, and it's apparently the first time she's ever said that to anyone with bollocks, according to her husband.
She basically pushes herself up to her feet and looks up at her husband at the top of the stairs and says, "If you're going to try and kill me, Vincent, you're going to have to try a lot harder than that." And he looks down at her and goes, "Not me, Sweetums. The house. I think it's marked you as first to die tonight. Isn't that right, Derek? Where's Derek?"
I'm out here, sir."
"Derek, come in." And very hesitantly, the skinny owner of the house makes his way into the main room. "Isn't that right, Derek? Didn't both your father and grandfather die in this house?" And he's like trying to stay by the door as much as possible.
"No, well, kind of. You're right. My great grandfather built it. But he died at home with a pork chop bone jammed in his throat. But my grandfather did die here, and my father died a few years ago trying to restore the building, but it was an accident. Now, can I get paid?"
And on that mercenary note, let the games begin. And he strolls down the stairs towards you.
Yes, we were all found fairly interested in to know what this is about. There's a death, murder, humiliation. It's certainly the most interesting invitation to a party I have received this week.
The lady Belladonna Archeron pushes you aside and said, "Honey, can we have a word?" She's saying it through gritted teeth. The host of the party looks at you apologetically and goes, "I'm afraid I may have to excuse myself. We'll have to save the humiliation for later. Yes, honey, let's go away." And they head south, opening a door and disappearing inside. He then reopens the door and says, "Help yourselves to drinks, explore the house. I'll be with you in a moment."
I'm going to start drinking blackberry vodka that's on the table.
By this point, I'm sure Dietrich has refilled my glass. Now, for anybody who's just catching with us, Dietrich is my squire, who I also play, apparently.
I kind of brushing the shards of glass powder and a few shards off the top of my head and my shoulders, and kind of look up at the window and try and understand why it burst into shatters like that.
You look up through the window, and it is huge. It's very high up, like it's about 15, 20 foot above the ground. Like it's really, really high up, really huge. You look up through it. There's no wind outside. Like the night sky is completely clear. You can just see the tops of trees, and they're not moving at all. Really, really strange. Saf, could you make me a perception check? Because as you kind of stroll over to the drinks cabinet, which is just at the base of the stairs here, you can hear Belladonna and Vincent arguing quite loudly through the door.
Sure, I can. Man, every skill you're asking me is my only. I don't have many untrained skills, but all the ones you've asked me for. Perception
Well, actually,
is 0.
Ulrich, you're pretty close to it as well, so you can do a
alright.
perception check too.
I rolled an
Yay.
8.
Oh, I haven't trained. And I roll a 16. Yay!
Okay, so with a 16, you definitely hear it. And to everyone else, like you can hear that arguing, but you can't hear the words exactly. Belladonna seems to be saying, "What happened to my guest list? I gave you a guest list 2 pages long. I destroyed it. I came up with one of my own, filled with
I like this
people
guy.
so hungry for money that they'd be willing to do anything. Thought you'd be more comfortable with your peers. Round 1 to you then. Not quite. You see, those people out there are not the ones I invited. Who the fuck are they? You tell me. Don't know how you did it. Don't know how you got to my messages. But bravo. It wasn't me. Well, if it wasn't you and it wasn't me, then who was it? Ghosts? You know, if you really loved me, you'd find a way to drop dead, Vincent. Finding ways for me to die is more your deal, isn't it? Let's not forget that mugging you tried to arrange, the poison in my food, the fake knife that wasn't fake. Accidents, all accidents until proven otherwise. I'd be positively delirious if that were true, Belladonna. Or if you weren't fucking everything that moved. Which bit of that fantasy turns you on more, Vincent? Me with other men? Or just the other men?
Oh!
And with that moment, she like slams open the door, turns round to Vincent, who you can just see in this room. I'll be upstairs. They're your guests. You entertain them. She marches off upstairs.
At this point, having heard this, I am distinct. My character is distinctly pissed off because he is from a very. He may be the youngest son, who nobody really gives a shit about, but nonetheless, he's a very cultured, very well educated dwarf from a very old family, and feels like he is perfectly entitled to be invited and accepted pretty much anywhere.
There was me thinking he was going to start like flicking back his eyebrows, tucking in his shirt, thinking he's got a shot. Because I had so many witty one-liners if my character had heard that.
So, can you all gather round, please? You may know me. My name is High Mage Vincent Arkron. And I guess you're here for the party. Over here. And he gathers you round to the first chest. This is quite a special party. And he takes a key from somewhere, like first his hand's empty and then it's got a key in it, and he unlocks it. It flips open and like smoke pours out from within, and you see it's basically just filled with large bags, and he opens one of them and you see it's filled with platinum pieces. If you survive the night, then you are entitled to one of these bags.
Oh, really? I thought the invitation was a joke.
No, not a joke. Obviously, if you leave, then the money is forfeit and it's shared out with the survivors. Well, I should say the remainers, of course.
Ah. So the death
And
is the
what-
humiliation. Those were not metaphors, or you actually believe some of us will die.
We'll have to see. This house does have a rather sterling reputation. Derek, where are the weapons? And why have they
Whoa.
still got weapons?
Whoa, slow your roll, slow your roll. the invite said 10,000 gold pieces. What do you mean we'll share out the winnings? Let's get the T's and C's correct here before we start handing.
Well, if you are the only one still here when the sunlight hits the horizon and morning starts, then it's all yours. Every single one of you here, if you will stay, if you will brave out the night, then you share it between you. 10,000 gold shared between... How many are we now? He sort of looks around. Come to say that. Who are you all? What are your names? I have to say, I've never heard of a single one of you.
Again, Dietrich
That's
steps
because
forward.
I've never told you my name.
And basically takes out a notepad and takes down your names one by one. So, Voron, Saf, Suvarix, Ulrich, Mona, William. Brilliant. Okay. I need you to surrender your weapons.
Derek has mine. I'll happily go get it and bring it in if you'd like.
Oh, it's here. It's here. And I really want to be paid. I need to go. I need to be paid now.
Indeed. And he basically places your... He grabs onto your short sword, Saf, and he grabs the shield, which is Ulrich's, and he opens the second chest. Inside are a number of weapons. Strange things, and there's actually 10 of them. They look like crossbows, but without the bow, as it were. And you know that they are known by alchemists as the newfangled smoke powder pistols. Place your weapons in here and take one of these. And he hands them up.
So he's giving us all pistols, is he?
Yeah.
I'm messing around with it, like looking down the barrel.
I must say I am far more comfortable with my hammer.
I'm afraid it's non-negotiable.
I
So,
cannot surrender my.
wait.
Oh.
Right, go on.
Is there sort of like a perception check to see how insistent he's going to be on this point?
He seems quite smug about it, to be honest. Like, it's like he's playing a game. Like, he's not threatening. He's just, he says it with quite a wry smile on his face.
I kind of stand there with my arms crossed and folded and basically look at him and be like, no.
In that case, I'm going to step back and see how he deals with Solvrax, and then decide how I'm going to proceed.
No?
No, you are not having my armor, my shield, or my sword.
Well, this is interesting. And how do all of you feel about this? And he kind of like looks up and then looks up and then looks up again to your like, how tall did you say you were?
6'8".
This dragonborn having his weapon. I think it's mighty fine. And he says it with a big smile on his face. Fine. By all means, keep your weapons. Just make the night more interesting.
And looks down. And looks down. Ulrich.
If we've already surrendered our weapons, is there like an added bonus? I mean, for that much platinum, I'll happily get down and surrender my weapons.
Did he give me?
When
did
you
he give?
say, go on.
Did he give those of us who didn't surrender our weapons a pistol, or is it pistol or weapon?
The pistols are
Dave is
basically
such a whore,
lying
for God's sake.
in the chests.
In that case, I'm gonna pick one up as well.
Well, it's pretty early, 9 o'clock, I'd say. And he sort of glances over to this huge grandfather clock. You have until dawn. Enjoy the party. Enjoy the house. I'm sure I'll see you around. And he says, I'm going to go and see on my wife. And he disappears upstairs as well.
Then
Why? This is interesting. And Marquis de Beneficia. He also strolls off, but he heads south into the room where they're having the argument, leaving the door open and revealing a large kind of like drawing room.
Are they stuffed dogs?
Yeah, they're not so much stuffed dogs, but stuffed wolves.
Ooh, of course.
Okay.
I'm gonna grab one of the pistols. I'm assuming I've taken one because I fully complied.
Yeah. Did he close
Yeah,
the chest before
I-
he left, or?
So the pistol chest is open. The chest with the money in is closed.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna pick up my pick my shield back up. Dietrich, this feels like an unnecessary risk for. I keep dropping into quasi French. This feels like an unnecessary risk. Join Herman
Unnecessary.
and Manfred. What?
Sacre bleu.
Sacre bleu, yes.
Sacre bleu.
Scheiße!
We can't let you get away. We can't let you get away with that. You're like Pepe Le Pew for paradise.
It's hard. Too many accents running around in my brain.
I can't. Hey, I got one accent, so I can't trust those. This is it. Oh.
So I send Dietrich back off too. There's no point him risking his skin. I'm just here for the fun. I don't need the money, but
Good idea. It's one less person to share the money with.
I do not believe
I'm
the
still a little
servants.
confused as to why I have received such a letter, and
To be honest,
I'm-
so am I, says Lady Beck. I'd never heard of them really before. Yeah, I mean, obviously everyone's heard of the Archons, but I'd never had anything to do with them. Well, why have they sent me this invite? Very strange. And all
None
of
of
you,
us
you
have-
look an odd look, an odd bunch.
Who are you calling odd lady?
She bends down and goes, I'm very sorry, I've never really spoken to a halfling before. Or is it a hobbit?
Now see here. I'm gonna pistol waving around wildly, canopy in the other hand. Who are you calling a hobbit, lady? I'm one of the finest halflings you'll ever meet. One of the quickest, sharpest, best pan flute players. Lady, my fingers could make your eyes roll back in your head. Just give me a break.
Yes. And she looks really shocked with this sort of like child-sized character making euphemistic jokes towards her and goes, well, I'm going to go and explore the house anyway.
Mystic, I don't know how euphemistic they were. They were pretty.
And up I go.
Oh.
Okay, so she basically leaves the
If-
four
if-
of you
if-
alone in this
FYI, we
main
can-
room.
FYI, we can see where she goes, Joe.
Oh, can you? Okay. Okay. That's probably everywhere, isn't it?
We can
Yep.
also see where the other two are.
Yeah.
Oh, can we? I
Yep.
haven't actually just zoomed out that far, so I haven't seen this.
Okay.
Felt like what I saw, though.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Just leave them in the room where we are. We'll just say they're gone. Put an X over them if they're gone or something.
There you go.
I sort of look at the other three.
We can still see this lady.
Yeah, that's fine. She's just upstairs.
I can.
okay.
I look around to the other three who are in the room with me. I do not believe it would be a good idea for the rest of us to separate. Now that the noble. Sorry.
My God, he's an alien! Shoot him! That just sounds like a belly burst or whatever they're called. Chest burster.
Now that the nobles
Ah.
have left, perhaps those of us with more martial competency should stick together.
I nod
I
agreeing.
don't. Sorry, go on.
No, it's just nodding. Agreeing.
I don't know what the old man is up to, but I feel there's some sort of trickery here. You three should stay close.
Yeah. I mean, sure, we should definitely stay together. And I'm gonna start jimmying with the lock of the gold piece chest if possible with my thieves kit, which was in my boot.
Yeah, give
Oh,
me
this is
a.
definitely getting me so hurt. So hurt.
Is it sleight of hand with the
Sleight of
thieves'
hand,
tools?
yes.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Right, sleight of hand
Ooh, sleight
plus-
of hand.
+5. Hey, Mona would have liked that too. Would have made her live up to her name.
I don't think
Okay.
anyone is interested in your tiny little lockpick.
Like,
There we go. The German is back.
As you say that, Ulrich, something like assails your nose. So coming from this door to the north, something awful is in there. Like it's like wafting out. And when you look down, it's almost like you can see this haze of terribleness, like sort of rotten meat, like a charnel stench.
Well,
Can
Before we
I?
investigate,
No one else can smell it.
before we investigate any of this stuff anyway, can like myself and Owen's character, seeing as we're talking, I want to give a background of what I've heard about the house anyway to the rest of them, because we've heard of the death house and the cult and the dead people and how people have disappeared over the years. So can we just share this information?
Yeah,
you
do
want
it
to
in
myth it
character.
out?
Okay.
Yeah, do it and just do it quickly in character.
But I can't remember what the guy who the first guy's
Gustav-
name. Gustav. was
Gustav
it?
Durst,
Gustav
and-
Durst.
second cousin of Tyler.
So, so a few things. So, about 100 years ago, a huge fire burned through the house, killing about 30 people. It's said that a death cult was based here, and the people that burned to death were the cult themselves, plus the prisoners that had escaped. And people assume maybe the prisoners started the fire as part of their escape. People believe that the cult was led by someone called Gustav Durst, a nobleman who went mad after his wife committed suicide.
Okay.
And over the past century, a few people have gone missing in the vicinity, and a few of them have also been found dead. Their corpses found mutilated in horrible and painful ways within the house.
Okay. So I turned to the rest of them and I asked, have any of you heard any history about this house before, or have you heard of it in passing ever before?
Yeah, I mean, I heard about the death cult hundreds of years ago, and this guy, Gustav. Durst.
Gustav.
Yeah, he's not a good dude. Lots of people died here. And weird goings on since.
Yes, I got the invitation. I'm unfamiliar with who Vincent Archeron is, but I've heard about this house, and there's been strange reports over the years since it apparently burnt down of people disappearing and mutilated corpses turning up around the house. So my advice would be for everyone to be on edge or be prepared for anything.
I mean, Sorry, go on.
As long as I get a chance to do divine sense in a second, carry on.
Yeah, I mean,
That's solid.
as we're talking, can we have some reaction also to me trying to lockpick it and rolling an 11? We kind of just brushed over that with nothing happening.
Yeah, so it doesn't open. It's a very fine lock. It's going to take a lot more than that.
Okay, that's fine. I was assuming I was going to fly across the screen like a gremlin that had been shocked or electrocuted. Just like whack. Fair enough.
While everyone's
Gizmo.
chatting, and I sense this sort of waft of stench hits me that is unfortunately familiar due to my training as a paladin. I open myself up to the divine that is in me, and reach out to try and sense evil.
So there's a very deep underlying evil in the house. Like it's not unhallowed, but it feels like that. This whole house feels deeply, deeply unsettled. My understanding with the paladin senses is that if it's blocked by full cover, it doesn't really work. So like if it was in a different room, you can't detect undead or demons or
I've got the
angels or
rules
anything
right in
like
front
that.
of me.
Yeah. So I'm sure it says something about full color.
As an action, you can open your awareness to detect such forces until the end of your next turn. You know the location of any celestial, fiend, or undead within 60 feet of you that is not behind total cover. Yeah.
Yeah. So if they're in a different room, it doesn't really work, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
Is Ulrich over by the door right now?
Yeah,
Yes.
and he's looking like really. In fact, give me a perception check because right now you're kind of chatting with Saf.
Who?
You
Oh,
were the one
sorry.
chatting, dude. Come on, focus. We just
You
had a
know,
conversation.
No, but
I
I
mean-
know. I was just wondering. Was he gone over to the door?
Well,
grand perception?
as soon as I smelled that, you
Hide.
would have caught me kind of go, and sort of then,
Yeah.
instantly
So I'm
falling into a martial, into a defense
Yeah.
posture with my shield in front and my hammer to my side.
So, like, do I have to do perception to just be like, is everything okay?
No, I think if that's what you're doing, so Ulrich, so if you're kind of like really drawing your
Yeah.
weapon and looking really on edge, then yeah, I think everyone probably notices.
Is it safe to say that my character would also notice?
Definitely. Can I also just make a quick suggestion that we just take the stream down, because I think it's basically just going on and off, on and off, on and off.
Okay. If you can hear us stream, really sorry. I did do a lot of checking in to try and make this work again, but I have no idea
I
what's
wouldn't take
going
it down.
wrong.
There's still.
Do you want to keep it up then?
But it doesn't
still
cost us
14
anything to
people,
keep it
take
up.
it down.
I just
Yeah,
apologize,
no reason
guys.
to. If they're still here.
No idea.
Okay, let's leave it up then. Okay. So, approaching the door.
Yeah.
I shout over. Are you going to open that door?
There is evil behind it.
Would you like me to open it? I have mage. I have mage hand, so I can open it without any. If there's a trap going to go off, I can't open it from a distance.
Arm yourself.
I kind of bare my shield and draw my sword.
So yeah, me and Silvarix are shoulder to shoulder. Opens the door.
I cast mage hand and push the door, while the two of them are basically standing, shield in arms, ready for whatever might be behind.
Okay, so like the door creaks open, and a revolting stench of rotting flesh roils through the open door. In the room beyond, there's around 20 chairs surrounding an oblong table. Tall candelabra illuminate a scene of terror. Around half the seats are empty, but on each of the other seats is a humanoid figure. The bodies are in various states of decomposition. Some sit with a splendid posture, poised as if midway through a sumptuous feast. Others sump treacherously close to the floor. As you kind of open the door and they face you, as you face them, each of the kind of rotting corpses turns to face you and beckons you to join them. Ulrich, you realize to your horror, one of the corpses is that of your brother.
Scheiße.
Oh, spaghetti-o.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty much struck dumb by that.
The image fades, leaving just a normal dining room, just really, really beautifully done up, laid out already. No food there, but like just really nice. And then suddenly there's a massive crash and a scream from upstairs, and you see a pair of legs hanging over the balcony, sort of 20 feet, 30 feet above the ground. There's Lady, what's her name? Sorry.
Lady
Mona Beck.
Lady Mona Beck has basically been knocked by something over the banister and is hanging above you from the balcony.
Like hanging by the neck or halfway over the balustrade?
No, like she's hanging on her fingers, and above it what looks to be an animated suit of armor is raising its sort of mace to strike her. And can you all roll initiative?
Ooh.
I was going to say, when are we going to start playing with the sanity rules?
Roll order. Oh,
I'm not going to do it today. I'm going to start that with Curse of Strahd. I think I just want to keep basic rules for today.
Cool.
Initiative is what? D20 plus 2?
Plus your dex.
Yeah, plus 2.
And you have to have your icon selected for it to work.
No, I'm just doing it paper. I'm not pissing around with Roll20. Can't be asked.
Okay.
I rolled 18. Hooray!
18, Saf.
I rolled 1.
Oh.
1 for Salve.
I rolled a 12.
Okay. And Foron? That's you, Niall.
Oh, I rolled a 6. That's 4 plus 2.
6. Okay, and I'm on 14. So, Saf, it's your action, and basically, she's right above you, hanging on.
I'm gonna just drop the pistol and the what's it called? The appetizer. I got you. Just drop and stand.
Oh where? Oh yeah.
Volleyball.
Well, yeah, sorry. There's a volume. I was like, oh no, I'm not muted, am I? So, I got you. Just drop. This is not going to work with my strength, but fuck it.
Help! Help! So, do you want to do anything more with your action?
I've got you, baby. That's me done.
Okay.
Can I do
Okay,
it? Can I do it?
so,
Can I drop my hammer and
uh,
shield and do another flying leap to try and intercept her as she falls?
it's not your initiative yet. So
Initiative,
Okay.
Dave.
it's
Sorry.
the animated suit of armor. Gets its mace, raises it above its head, and sends it crashing towards her. It misses her, but strikes the banister, shattering it in all sides, and she barely holds on. You can see that she's slipping. Ulrich.
I'm gonna do a flying leap and shout for her to jump or drop, let go, and try and
Brilliant.
catch her.
Okay. She trusts you after seeing you save the last person, and she lets go.
Athletics
dear
check.
God.
Funnily enough, no. She begins to tumble. Like she's obviously like messed it up somehow. So rather than just falling straight, she sort of goes with a bit of an angle and like her head falls down with her legs go up, and she begins to tumble head over heels, heading towards you. And she gets about halfway down, and then suddenly, like her momentum is slightly arrested, and rather than crashing headlong at neck-breaking speed, she slowly slows down, then lands gently in your arms.
You never mentioned.
Wow.
Is this an attractive woman?
Pretty attractive, yeah. Pretty attractive.
I had it, guys. I
Somehow
had
I feel the running for me was unnecessary.
Okay, the armor looks like it's moving down the stairs towards you.
As pleasant
And
as
it
pleasant as
is
this is, my lady, I believe I have other things to do. And I'll sort of gently put her down and pick my shield and sword back up.
you have an action if you wish to use it.
Still, okay.
So you've done your movement.
So she's
You've got
moving
an
down the
action.
stairs. What distance is the armor from? It's still way up there, yeah.
So top of the stairs.
In that case, I'm just going to top of the stairs. I'm just gonna sort of
Yeah.
hold my position, shield front, hammer raised, ready to engage it.
Voron. You're up.
Do I have a pistol?
Yes,
Can I shoot it?
you can. So you pull the trigger, smoke flies in all directions, making this terrible smell. Very, very loud bang. But nothing seems to happen. Like nothing comes out the end. It's almost like it's firing blanks.
I'm like holding the gun and shaking it, like what the fuck? Just throw it at the ground. I have a move action, so I'm just gonna move back further in the room and just like take my staff out and just prepare myself.
Okay, Silvarix.
Can I charge at the suit of armor?
So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can get about halfway there. So you can sort of get about halfway up the stairs to about here. If you want to get the rest of the way, you'll have to use your action. So you won't be able to attack when it gets to you. So the way combat works in 5e is you basically get a movement, an action, and a reaction. So you've used your movement to get halfway there, so you can use your action to make another movement if you want.
Right. Well, can I bash it with my shield?
You're out of range currently, so it's still like about sort of 15 foot away.
All right. Well, I just hold position then. I'm basically in the process of charging at it, shield up, and I'm going to be looking to just smash it full on with my shield.
Definitely. And you're blocking the stairs as well with your huge form. Top of the round, we're back to Saf.
So I'm gonna dash back to my what they call a smokeless pistol or smoke.
I think very smoky pistol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flintlock, probably, if you want to get technical.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Very
going to
much
have
so.
a go. Basically, pick it up, just try and fire it and see what happens.
So there's this huge bang, smoke flies out in all directions, making this giant cloud, but nothing seems to come out the end. Again, it's almost like you fired a blank, almost like there's no bullet in it.
Did we forget the bullets in the chest?
There's definitely nothing that seems to be there. You've not missed anything obvious.
I think the good Archon did not want us to survive this night.
Has anyone got the bullets? I'm just gonna. That's my go over, I guess.
Okay, the armor marches down the stairs, clanging on its way, its heavy footsteps hitting into the staircase, leaving marks in the expensive carpet, and it launches an attack towards Suvarex. So it has, like, it's not holding a weapon, but its hands are really heavy and sort of spiked as part of the armor,
Oh.
and it rolls a crit. So if my understanding's right, is it basically you just roll for damage twice with crits in
Yes.
5e? So it does 13 points of damage to Suvarex
That's fine.
with its first attack.
Shit.
And then swipes round. Is a 6 good enough to hit?
No, not versus our
no.
class.
That wouldn't even hit me.
No, okay. So it's on to next person in the
Ulrich.
round,
Ulrich.
Ulrich.
Is the staircase wide enough for me to join in the attack?
Yes, it is. Just.
There's not a charge action in 5e, is there? I was just having a look.
Not that I can find, no. I will
Too
check that in the future.
many
though.
systems in my head. In that case, I will just advance on him. Would Divine Sense be my whole action?
Hang on, let me check.
We should say in the actual spell if it's bonus or what.
Yeah, I gotta remember where I put the damn thing.
It's an action. As an action,
It's
you
an
can
action,
open
no.
your awareness.
Okay, in that case, I'm just gonna strike him with my warhammer, which is a 14.
14's dead on. So it
Okay.
crashes into it, denting the armor.
I use my divine strike ability as well as the regular damage, so I do 7 bludgeoning damage and 2d8 radiant damage for 15.
Wow. Okay. So what's that total damage? 22?
22 total damage.
Okay, I'm going to say that your smack is basically like smashes its head down into the armor. It's like the helmet has disappeared inside the chest plate, and you've hit it so hard, one of its arms has actually dropped off, just showing that it's hollow metal.
Okay, cool.
And we are next in round is Voron.
It's still functional though, yeah?
It seems to be functional and it's still fighting.
Okay, I'm going to cast Firebolt on it. Which, let me get that here, is this. Okay, why does no information come up for that? Sorry, that's weird.
So you roll to hit. So what's your spell attack bonus?
It is spell attack by proficiency plus my intelligence
Okay.
plus a d20, I'm assuming.
Yeah. So
that would be d20 plus 2 plus 3. So d20 plus 5. Roll 10.
10. So your firebolt misses, but strikes like a really beautiful tapestry behind, which immediately bursts into flame, sending smoke in all directions. And Solvarex. Oh, sorry. Unless you want to do a move.
No, I don't. I'm okay.
Well, I guess I'll just swing my longsword at it, hope to cut it right down the middle of its armor, where its head used to be.
Okay, so give me an attack roll. Dave, can you just move the camera down?
22.
22 is a hit.
Okay. What's the damage?
You
So
click
with
on
your
the
longsword.
10 damage.
If you have your shield, out, it's
I did. Yeah, I did it the wrong way around. So
It should be
sorry. What's
1d8.
the hit?
It's the same thing.
Oh,
So the
well, again.
22 is the hit. 20.
Yeah.
So it's 22 to
You
hit.
had-
He rolls
22
Yeah,
to
so
hit.
he's hit. What's his damage?
10.
1d8 plus.
Oh
so
yeah,
the-
it's a 1d8. Hang on.
So damage is 10.
Yes.
Okay, so you've almost destroyed it. Basically, you've almost split it in two. It's still kind of like moving around, desperately trying to swipe at you with its buckled arm through its broken chest plate. But we are top of the round, and we are Saf.
So I'm going to try and move up through the crowd and up behind the suit of armor.
So
Here?
would that provoke an attack of opportunity?
Yes.
It
Yeah.
probably would.
Oh wait,
yes.
what size is the armor and what size is Owen?
I'm a size below him if he's a normal
Well,
size.
if you pass within 5 feet, you provoke an attack of
I think you would,
opportunity.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you'd be,
feel
you'd
that
be
you
two
would.
sizes smaller. So yeah, I'll take it.
So he sort of dives between his legs. It tries to strike you.
Oh, I hit you.
It hits
And
me.
it's-
14 is my armor class, and you guys.
Okay,
16.
so it gets a 20.
What?
So its hand
Oh, boy.
crashes down and does
Owen,
Hang
you
on.
might actually be dead.
three
already.
Hang on.
points of damage.
Hang
Oh,
on.
cool.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Where is Owen at the moment? Is he
Like-
within?
Yes,
Yeah.
he is. He
Is
is
he
within
close
your.
to me?
He's within your
right close to
protection
you, yeah.
range.
Right. So basically, that attack roll has to roll with disadvantage.
I
when
fucking
you
love
attack him.
paladins.
Okay.
Do you want to
I
explain
don't
why
roll
that is,
three.
Aaron?
Well, my fighting style is protection, which means that any attacks against a target within 5 foot of me rolls with disadvantage unless they're actually targeting myself.
So he's gone to strike Owen, and basically you've just raised your shield and completely blocked the damage. Saf, you've rolled through his legs. There's like a clang above your head as its huge metal arm drops down and is blocked by Sulvarex's shield. You're up and you have an action.
Can I recock the pistol, hold it to like I suppose the back of one of his legs, and fire?
Definitely. So again, you do it. Smoke flies in all directions. There's a huge, terrible cordite smell, although probably not cordite, because I don't think early gunpowder had cordite in it, but a huge
No.
sort of gunpowder fireworks smell, but nothing comes out the end.
I'm sure that would work. How does magic work? I shout towards. Voltron. Can I take my?
Voltron?
You can do your cunning action if you want to get
That's
disengaged.
exactly. Yeah, stop taking my goddamn time to the character. Can I cunning action to disengage? Thank you, Joe.
Okay.
I have
so
read
you,
my character, for fuck's sake.
so you dive up to the top of the stairs, looking down at the melee. Okay, so the armor is going to try and attack Sulvarex again. 11 plus 4, so 15.
Yep.
Not good enough.
So what's your armor? So isn't it dead on? Isn't your armor
So
class
hit.
15?
Oh,
Just gonna say, are you wearing?
yeah, I am armor class 15.
Do you
So,
have your
yeah.
shield out? Should give you +2, no?
Yeah, so chainmail's 3
Well,
plus
that
the
is-
2 from the shield, so it's 15. So like it strikes your shield and hits you so hard, like the shield slams into your face, and oh god, and does a lot of damage. 7 points of damage.
Can we pause there for a second? What
Yeah.
armor are you wearing, Aaron?
Chainmail.
He's wearing
I
the
guess
full-
chain.
Chain suit. Because that's what I have, and without my shield, I have an armor class of 16, and with the shield, I have an armor class of 18. I want to make sure
What are your
which
dexterities?
one of us is wrong. Chainmail,
Dexterity.
heavy armor, chainmail, 16. And then if you had a shield, so your armor class should be 18, Aaron. Unless you're wearing a
Oh,
chain
really?
shirt.
Okay.
Are you wearing a
How
chain
are you
shirt
getting-
or chain
No,
mail?
no.
I would
It would be-
assume it's all chain.
Yeah,
So
it's
it'll be the
chain
same
mail
as
as
you.
a paladin, so you should have armor class 18.
Ah,
Is
right.
it not?
Okay.
Is it not 10 plus 3 plus 3? No.
Heavy armor
No,
doesn't
it's
take
for
any other
special.
bonuses into account. It's just its own armor class.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. What's your chain mail? Plus 3.
So his armor class is 16 plus 2, which is 18. So it's a miss. So it misses you.
Right. Okay.
So, okay. So next in round is Ulrich.
Me. I sort of bring the hammer back around and just bring it down on him again, and a 14?
14 is dead on.
Yay! Dwarf smash for 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
And the whole armor like crumples apart and sprays in all directions, and you sort of get this clatter as it rolls down the stairs. The head sort of lands at your feet, and you notice that inside each piece of armor there's like an engraving which is sort of glowing gently.
I'll
Are we
just
still
sort
in
of
initiative?
We can drop out of initiative now.
I'll pick the helmet
Can
up and
I-
I'll toss it over at Wizard Boy and say, "Hey, Wizard Boy, see if you can decipher this." And just sort of
Can I
clang,
roll
clang,
Arcana
clang,
check on
clang,
that?
clang, clang.
That's where we're going to leave it for this episode.
Okie doke.
Yeah, we got through it.